Hey guys, we're back. Took a bit of a hiatus. It's warm weather now. A little sun today, rained earlier, supposed to rain tonight, supposed to rain tomorrow. Welcome to almost April weather at the end of March. So after lots of debate, planning, discussion, debate, Brad doing lots of research. Say hi, Brad.
Hi, guys.
He doesn't want to look at himself. I must be better looking then. We're going to stick with what we have for the rail down there, and we're going to go ahead and go with the factory C-clip. I really wanted to get a full circle snap ring on, but that's going to be too much work, and a lot of forethought that didn't happen before we slid the rail forward through the fork, because you really can't get a snap ring over from the side. They got to be slid down your shaft or whatnot. Supposedly there was a way to come in from the back where you gotta remove the whole PTO unit, take off the 3-point cover so you can see what you're doing, wiggle your arm way up here through, you got your drive, big drive gears here, ring and pinions, somewhere in this area there's a brake, and then even farther in front of that, very hard to see unless you're at my perspective, sort of looking into our brightness, in front of my finger where you might come close to finding the hole to put the rail through. I guess it can be done. That's a lot of fishing, not to mention taking the PTO off in this. Transmission's empty, so that's not a big problem. We're not going to lose a lot of fluid anymore. We've already drained it. But we're going with a couple dollar fix and a clamp rather than, I don't know, what was it, $50?
Yeah, it was $50 for the rail, and then the 2 C clips, which were like $350. Those are that's the new kit for replacing with the current stock.
Yeah, and that would make it so the rail moved with the shift fork. Currently the rail is stationary and the fork moves down up and down the rail. I'm trying to take out my teeth marks. When we put this back together, we're going to run it for a few hours and then change the hydraulic filter. So whatever junk we created floating around, well, it'll get caught in the old filter, hopefully, before we put the new filter in. So we don't put a new filter in and then have it plug shortly after implementation of use. I didn't make too bad of teeth marks, but I was prying a lot. It turns easy enough, so that gives me faith that the fork will slide. Man, at one spot, I really feel it. I'm gonna turn that around again. Did that slide back in there? Oh, did it? It did.
Yeah.
You little monkey. Give me the pliers. Magic moment, guys. Clips coming out of the bag. Now, if this were a CVT, power shift, fancy something electronic, super hydraulic, don't get dust on it or dirty ever. Like, don't take it to the field because you're afraid it'll break. This is not that, and I'm glad. But if it was, I probably wouldn't be fixing it. That'd be on the lines of make it somebody else's problem. I think our edge of the ring here feels pretty good. Let's just go ahead and... Brad, do you want to feel this? Make sure you're feeling what I'm feeling. It feels pretty good.
I'm feeling the groove.
Yeah. Just spin it, turn it around. Like, make sure there's edges aren't mushroomed or anything. So I got a good seat. I don't know if that'll ring. Guess it's just a piece of very springy wire, which, to be fair, seems much sturdier
Then the snap rings?
Yes, well, the snap rings are thin. This is... I can't... Oh, geez, I almost dropped it. I don't know, I can't get it to spring like I can get the snap rings to. Which, this is a moment of truth, I'm not dropping this thing. As nobody can see... Ah, man. Might need the end of a screwdriver.
Take your time.
Oh, I'm taking my time. I gotta relish this moment, that's what we came here for.
I've heard of holding it with pliers and then pressing it down with a screwdriver.
I've heard of smashing a finger and not using pliers. Ah, yep. Now where'd my pliers go?
Over there.
Yeah, this would be dandy.
No, you're not gonna be able to get no.
Okay, like third, fourth, 20th attempt fighting this. Okay, we're gonna sit the clip there. Press it on a little bit. Ha ha ha! Wow.
It's got on all the way.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Well, my plan was I would have to come, open the jaws wide open, go around it, and press down. But I think I just spun it around more. Should be able to press it in there, but how to press it down in. I guess that's on there. Think that's on there to you? Got about 2/3 of the way around.
Yeah, I think it is.
Woo! Why do we just have so much trouble with that and all of a sudden we just press it on?
I don't know.
See, that's why I was earlier was feeling to make sure that groove didn't have the edges mushroomed in or something getting in our way.
Yeah.
Stop it.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's in there.
Yay. Now, well, we're on the back together. Time to start us more assembly. Yes. Hello there. We got our rod to slide in to the claw for park. And Brad is putting the bolts in for the top of the cover for the high-low. Oh, we have a brand new gasket to go on the side of the transmission cover here. So we're going to clean that up, put a new gasket on it. Since this will have oil sitting against it, we're going to want that to have a good seal. Up top, it's a little bit of splash. Gasket seemed to survive in one piece. Now we're going to put that back on. Say hello to Brad for the brightness. And for all those of you who don't know, Brad is not my brother. He's one of my friends from college. Somebody commented, I was thinking we were brothers. Yeah, sadly I was an only child. How you doing, Brad?
Doing okay.
Brad is slowly tightening down the transmission cover, one bolt at a time. Well, a few turns on each bolt at a time. Got him nice and slow, take it down square. Looks like he's getting there, it's pretty tight. I've got the old gasket cleaned off the side of the transmission access. I still have to clean off the cover for it over here. collected a little bit of schmutz in the, I don't know what, 10 days, 2 weeks it's been sitting here apart that we've been working on it slowly. Yeah, wipe that off, scrape off the Permatex. I'll be ready to go back together. Looks like Brad's getting about tight by how much oomph and noise he's making. Okay, quick update. We're putting Park back together. Unfortunately, when we put the cover on, well, Park was engaged. It's spring-loaded. It'd be very difficult to keep it disengaged. So you gotta remember that when we connect the levers back up that it's in Park. We have high-low in neutral, and reverse is in neutral. Coming down the side over here, I got the cover back on, and in the darkness over here, I'm gonna start putting a fuel tank back on the side. I gotta put the cage for it in first, and then we'll jockey the tank back in. Now it's a good thing that our tires are set out. And it's funny I mention this now because Soybean Farmer just had a video the other day about moving the tires in and out on his 4020. Well, he's got 5 bolts or more to deal with. We've just got the one big one right there. And we haven't moved these tires in and out or at all. The only time we did that was at least 8, more than 8. Ooh. It's been 15. It's been a long time ago when my dad did the transmission rebuild on this guy. Most of that consisted of a new park claw, a new reverse gear, and a bunch of bearings, just because it was all apart to put a new reverse gear in it. Somebody, a family member helping, not me, I was too young at the time, put it into park while it was rolling, and it totally messed up the reverse gear, and the park claw was bent. Welcome to the juggling act down here. Got enough, got 2 of them. I gotta use my knee, so you can see that. My kind of sticking out over there. To hold this thing up while I hold you guys and turn the nut, or turn the bolts in. And one big one for that hole right there. Now, it's going to be real fun getting the tank in here. That's probably going to be the worst part. This bracket isn't too bad. Brad's remembering that little clip that holds the return fuel line.